Hello, you two down there.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, and welcome to this meeting of the Old Kings Highway Committee of the Town of Yarmouth, which is being held in accordance with Chapter 470 of the Acts of 1973, as amended at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday, May 28, 2025, at the Yarmouth Town Hall Hearing Room, located at 1146 Route 28, South Yarmouth. Moreover, pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, considering certain COVID-19 measures, this meeting is being run in hybrid mode, by which I mean live participation, and there will undoubtedly be Zoom participation as well. 10 new applications, actually there are 9. I will explain that when we get to one that's not being heard tonight. For a certificate of appropriateness, and one tabled certificate of appropriateness will be heard this evening in the order listed on the agenda. Please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it is the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway Historic District. Our office administrator will be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this process. And I usually introduce her, so I will now, Lisa Sherman. So, with respect to process, as some of you probably know, have heard me say before, the process here is to call each item on the agenda in the order on the agenda, invite the applicant and or the applicant's representative or representatives to come before us if present, sit at the table, speak into the microphone, identify yourself or yourselves, present your application without interruption from members of this committee or members of the public, after which I will ask the committee to make comments and or ask questions, and following that I will ask the public, especially abutters if interested, to address us, ask questions and or make comments, and for that purpose, if present, if you would stand to the podium at my front left, speak into the microphone, identify yourself or yourselves, where you live, and state your piece. So the first item on the agenda is 25-A060. It's to install 10 solar panels on the front and back roofs at 85 North Dennis Road. Michael Hollister is the owner. Sunrun Installation Services is the agent, so you made it, Steve.
Good evening, Steve Kelly from Sunrun. I have a question, I guess, for Lisa, because the proposal that I'm looking at is 19 panels.
Yes.
I believe it was, Robert just mentioned 10, and so I want to make sure that there's no confusion here about what.
Application says 19. I made a typo.
Okay, so Steve Kelly from Sunrun. We're proposing 19 panels, 10 on the rear of the home and 9 on the front of the home. They're black on black panels. There's a black skirt that is on the leading edge, so the panels sort of blend into the roof. This home is set off the street quite a bit. I attempted to see the home, but I don't go past a beware of dog sign. So it's pretty hidden from the street, and that's about the size of it.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
I did drive by it. I couldn't see the house from the street.
I got out and walked, and I really didn't see it.
Questions or comments from the public, especially abutters? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
I move to approve application 25-A060.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval for the application signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so I know you know the drill. Okay.
Thank you.
Today is the 28th. Hey, Steve?
Thank you.
Never get it.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A061. It's to install 23 solar panels on the front and rear roofs at 49 Cottonwood Street. Christelle Wenberg is the owner. Sunrun Installation Services is the agent.
Good evening, Steve Kelly from Sunrun. We are proposing installing 23 panels on this project, black-on-black panels with the black skirt and the leading edge. We have 2 arrays on the front of the one-story ranch, I'm going to call it. They are rectangular arrays, one of 4 panels and one of 6 panels. The remaining panels, 13, are on the rear of the home. This is in a, I'm going to call it a small development off West Yarmouth Road, single entrance development.
That's Steve?
Yes, thank you.
Questions or comments from the committee?
It looks like it has a new roof, black roof, so that's, could blend in well.
You know what? I drove by it, and it's a pretty little house, and I do think it has a black roof.
I made a note of that, so.
So I have questions and comments, both. At the last meeting, I waxed somewhat poetic about Cottonwood Street. It's one of the hidden streets of Yarmouth Port and the Historic District, Yarmouth in general, that makes this job enjoyable because you discover these little streets. And I have a particular affection for Cottonwood Street. It has a remarkable cohesion. As you stated quite correctly, Steve, it was a development. So I suppose one could say that from an historic perspective, Cottonwood is not a particularly important street, but I think it's a little hidden gem, and none of the houses on Cottonwood Street have solar panels currently. They all share several features in common, one of which being that they have vent pipes and chimneys on the front-facing roofs of the house, which makes the array a little asymmetrical, I guess I will say. We've had applications for solar panels on Cottonwood Street before, one house in particular, which from a perspective of history, were denied by this committee in years past, not that we're governed by precedent from what happened in the past, and on 2 occasions our decision was appealed, and we were upheld by the commission when we appealed. That's my comment, my observations about Cottonwood. My question is, do you know if the garage roof was considered rather than the house roof?
The rear of the garage, I'm presuming you mean
No, I'm talking about the front.
the front. I don't know. One thing about the neighborhood is it does have some pretty mature tree growth throughout the whole neighborhood. The neighborhood doesn't necessarily lend itself to solar in that regard. I don't know. The ARB that Greta puts together does show the possibility of putting it on the garage, so I'm sure the goal is to put as many panels as possible on the rear of the home, knowing constraints in the past.
What's the general orientation of Cottonwood?
It is almost north-south on the ridge.
So the roofs are east and west facing respectively?
Yes.
So the rear roof would be west facing, correct?
Correct.
So all things being equal, without regard to vegetation or trees, the west facing roof would probably be more advantageous for solar efficiency, as a general statement?
I don't know. I apologize, I just really don't get into that.
I'll make one other comment. Oftentimes, I've heard applicants say that a given house or a given street or neighborhood is not, quote, historic, and I want to point out that the word historic and antique are not synonymous terms. Historic simply means it happened in the past. So, in that sense, from a literal definition point of view, Cottonwood is an historic street. It's not an antique street, but it is a historic street. So I've said my piece on that subject. Any other comments or questions from the committee?
So I'm looking at the, designation of where these panels are going to be. I'm going to preface this by saying that you can throw a stone to Route 6 from this house, which always affects my decision on this. But given the fact that east-west is probably equally able to get sunlight, from the diagram, it looks like those 2 panels on the main front roof and the 6 on the far right of that house those 6 could go on the back side of the garage, and the 4 could go next to the 4 that's already there somewhere. They could all go on the back, is my point. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be on the back, since they can all fit. And that's all I'm going to say about the location of these things. I mean, obviously I'd prefer them all to be in the back, because that eliminates the issue. But the issue isn't as great for me as it is for others. But I'd like to see them all in the back, but it's not going to be a deal breaker.
Any other questions or comments from the committee?
Yeah, looking at the diagram, it looks like the back of the house is slightly south of due west, and the front of the house is slightly north of due east. So to me, that tells me that southwest exposure might be a little more advantageous for solar panels, but again, that's not my business. It would be worth, I would think, running it to see if it would work on the back.
Anything else from the committee? Questions or comments from the public, especially abutters? Yes, sir.
My name is Renee Frazier. I live at 50 Cottonwood Street, right straight across the street from 49. And my wife Jackie and I, we have no problem with her having panels on her roof. Okay? We have to look at it, and it's fine with us, all right? I agree with you. That's a nice little street, nice and quiet. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
I make a motion that we approve this application as shown.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Nay. Okay, Steve,
Thank you.
you're all set.
It is a nice street. It is a nice street. I was so shocked.
Better
Yeah.
efficiency.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
We're trying.
See you next time.
I think
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
A lot of lefties in this committee. Three lefties. You're a lefty. Yours lefty and Paul's lefty. They're all really good people.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A062. It's to replace windows and install a new patio door at 162 Thatcher Shore Road. Bradford Clark is the owner, and Tukelka Building Company, Inc. is the agent.
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm trying to replace,
You are, sir?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm Brad Clark. This
Okay.
is my wife, Patricia Clark. We're owners of 162 Thatcher Shore Road.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to replace storm windows that are on a porch on the east side of the house if you're facing north. There are 15 windows. They're storm, they're single paned with screens. And I'd like to replace the storm door that's there, which is just a storm door. And I'd like to put in a French wood hinged 15 light French wood door there in place. I think you might have the pictures, but I kind of enlarged them. This is what's existing now. This is the existing house, and these are the storm panels. These don't cover any windows. They're just single glazed or single pane panels. So that's basically what I'm trying to do, just trying to replace these with 400 series Anderson tilt wash windows with grills to match these grills, which are removable. Interior removable grills, which are white. The exterior is white. The interior will be pre-finished white. They have a very high rating, as you probably know, U factor, solar heat gate coefficient. So I'm just trying to improve the look of the front of the house. That's really,
Is that it?
yes, yes.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the committee?
So from what you have said, the existing windows have the snap-in grills on the inside and nothing on the outside?
Correct. Here's a picture of the
Yeah, I see it.
existing windows inside.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you said 15. I only, are you only replacing the ones on that room? Because I
Well-
see 4, 5, and 3. Are there more? Yeah, there's
There's-
4 on that side, 5 here, and 3 here.
There's 3 here,
Yeah, and then 5 on the side.
and there's 5 in the back, 5 in the back, and then there's 2 on a side.
All right, so I got,
This is the back.
not that it matters. Yeah, so
back.
there's 4, then there's 5 on the side,
There's 2 over.
and then 3 next to the door.
Yep.
So that is 12. Now, you said 15. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, I'm wondering how many we're actually doing, or if we're doing something
It's
else.
15. It's 15 if, well,
I don't know what you're counting then if you're saying 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then there's a corner.
Is there
14,
one on
15.
that side?
14, 15. There's two on a side which you can't see here. And the French wood hinge door would go right where that storm door is in the front. That would go away. So it would just be all grills and all the windows and also on the door.
So it looks like this was originally designed as like a 3-season porch, and you're trying to enclose it and make it more weather-tight, and you're going to put insulation and stuff into, make it more of a 4-season.
I'm not sure of that. These windows are leaking right now. This is not good. The water came in on the last storm, and it just came into the room. Whereas if we button this up, trim it out, the sill overhanging past the clapboards, and it would be, weather tight. That's what I'm trying to really do right now. Make it a 2 or 3 season room, basically, which it always has been since 1952, when my grandfather built the house. He did the best he could, and now it's up to me to try and improve it.
So I see you've got a door here that looks like a storm door, right here, that has no grill or anything, just an open door.
Oh, that's.
And you've got something over here that has the grill. So are you doing a regular door plus a storm door, or are you going to put grills in the storm door?
I'm going to put grills in the French wood hinge door.
In the storm
It's an
door?
actual, no, in a door. It's an actual door. It's a
Which is
hinged,
this,
it's a,
right here?
it's an inch and three-quarter entrance door, basically.
I'm not sure which one.
So I
An
guess
inch and three-quarter entrance door. It doesn't need a storm door over it.
All right, you've got this one that has no grill at all. It's just plain.
Yeah, I just circled the size, I
So
think.
you don't want that one.
No,
So you're going to have this one that has the grill.
yeah, I'm just going to show you a picture here.
I've got it here. It's got grills in it.
Yeah, the diagrams. It'll look like this basically, without the arches, obviously.
Okay.
It's just squared off. But it's an entrance door, and it doesn't need to have a storm door on it. It could have a screen, a swinging screen, but it doesn't need it. It's insulated glass also.
Other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
move to approve 25-A062.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So as you've seen others, if you'll come up and sign this, in case you want to make any changes, you'll let us know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
It'll be a nice improvement.
Doesn't he look like the guy on Hill Street Blues?
No, he looks like the guy that lives 2 doors down from me.
Dr. Phil. Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I never saw the chair. All right. Is it?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Solar panel. This one we're skipping, right? Anyone else have a problem with this? This is listed on the application.
Discuss it. Well,
This
it's in the,
isn't.
it's in the pattern.
The
It's in the.
porch isn't. The window isn't. He has no pictures of this window.
While we're fixing that, the next item on the agenda, 25-A063, will not be heard tonight. The reason being that after publication of the agenda, I exempted that application, so that has been approved by virtue of the chair's exemption. So we'll move on to 25-A064. It's to remove a garage and build an additional living space at 33 Seminole Drive. Lorraine Kelly is the owner. Ecogen Services LLC is the agent.
I think you read the previous
The
one.
wrong one. Oop, you said-
Rita and Michael and Sarah Darian.
Rita and Michael Seradarian.
We exempted Four Wind. Oh, Seminole. Oh, sorry. 25-A064 to remove a garage, build additional living space at 33 Seminole Drive. Are we on the same page now? Okay, Rita and Michael Seradarian, okay, are the owners. So I had everything right except for the owners. Okay, present.
Michael Seradarian.
And Rita Sarah Darian.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
A little
Rita
bit.
Sarah Darian.
Bring it closer.
I think it's on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us.
So we're proposing to take out the existing garage and replace that with a bedroom and a family room in that same space, but it's going to be larger, so the footprint will be larger. And stay on one story. We're not going, to a two-story or anything like that, so.
Okay, that it? Questions or comments from the committee?
I have a couple. So I'm looking at the design, and I see this nice addition you've put on with 3 windows in the front. But I also see a porch, with 3 windows.
Yeah,
I see a window missing on the second floor above that porch. I see a window next to the front door.
so the window that was on the existing front elevation, in the attic. It's in the attic. Somehow they put that window on,
Yeah, okay.
it's not living space up there, it's just,
What about the porch?
the porch, that was the other thing we wanted to add, was a front porch, if we
So
could.
you wanted to add the front porch
Yes.
and the 3 windows
And
together?
add an extra window to
Okay.
make it more symmetrical with the addition.
All I'll say about it is that probably should have been on the application, since it's something you want to do along with the addition, and it's not. I'll leave it up to the chairman to decide.
I think we can go ahead.
Can I ask about the roof, please? It appears your roof now is tan.
Yeah, we're going to change, the roof is 20 years old, so we're going to go to a dark color.
The whole thing?
Whole thing has to be changed, so yeah, there's the house, if you drove by the house, you probably noticed it needs a lot of work, so.
Very good.
We had this spring, we had woodpeckers attacking the cladding, so.
Making big holes.
Making big holes. We're like, all right, we know it needs to be replaced, but if we can get a little bit more mileage out of the exterior.
So it looks like your the porch and the side of the new addition is going to be metal? Is that right?
The porch would have that little section of metal roof, and then the rest of the roof will be asphalt shingle. You know, most likely a very dark, probably black is what we were looking at. I think we had picked some colors out. We had tried to go to Home Depot and looked at shingles for roofs, but
So and what color were you planning on doing the metal roof?
dark, probably black. Either black or coppery color. I think I've seen both that are dark color, just to add some contrast to the house, so.
Should we have samples of those colors?
Know what color you're going to select
I put black, because that was what I prefer.
for the metal roof?
Metal roof,
Okay.
yeah.
Hot. So are the windows, the existing windows on the front, on the left of the front door, are you replacing all of those? You're just adding one new one in between? You do all new windows
They
there?
the windows are not in good shape. They all, even though they're a little bit over 10 years old, but they fogged on us. You know, they were not a high-quality window, and they all got.
So you're replacing the ones to the right of the front door as
We
well?
have to replace those front windows, because they're all, like, basically look cloudy from, you know. when
The seal
inside
is
the-
broken.
Yeah,
So the ones to the right of the front door, are you replacing those as well?
Basically, we're replacing the front windows, the 3 on the existing space and the 2 right next to it that's the dining area. So basically, the whole front is getting all new windows.
Whole front's all new windows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have 8 new windows across the front of the house, including the addition?
Yeah, so,
Okay. Is it going to be the same grid pattern, 6 over?
yes.
Okay.
Reluctantly, we had to,
So number
can't
8.
see through them, they're all foggy, so.
What about the back of the house on the windows? You
Back of
replace
the
it?
house, we're in good shape. The addition's going to have crank windows on the back side of the house,
Okay.
and we're going to have to add, we're adding a sliding glass door to the addition to go out to a deck that's already out there. So,
Sorry, say that again, please.
so the back will have
Slider.
a slider on one side of it, and the windows that are on the back are cranks,
Casement, yeah.
casement windows.
Okay.
So it looks like you're moving the 2 windows on the You got the rear back of the addition and then the slider, and then you have the two windows on the right-hand side of the rear. And in the existing, they're close, and in the proposed, they're farther apart. Are you moving those two windows farther apart?
On which?
leaving the two windows the same?
Which one are you looking at? The,
So you got
Rear
this
elevations?
existing right here, and they're pretty close, and these are planned, the new ones, and they're far apart. So are you touching them or you're not?
no, we're not touching them. I guess that she just,
The drawing error then.
drawing error, yeah. Yeah, no, with those are, I'm not, no, I'm trying to minimize how much stuff we do. It just, every time you look at it, you keep changing something else. But no, those are the, yeah, I see what you're talking about. That's an error. They should be basically in the same location.
So it looks like I'm trying to tell from the various different elevations, it looks like the new addition is going to stick out further in front of the main part of the house in the front.
Yeah, we're going to go 8 feet past the
Front facade.
existing face.
Is that the deck going to be also 8 feet on the left side? So it'll be same distance out, or do you know?
The deck in the backyard,
No, in the front. Talking about the front.
oh, the front porch, no, the front
Porch, the
porch.
covered porch.
Front porch, we were going to do 6 feet,
Okay, so they'll be slightly different.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Other questions or comments from the committee? Any questions or comments from the public, especially abutters? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
I move to approve application 25-A064.
Sec-
Oh, go ahead.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So if you will sign this document before leaving,
I'm missing one page.
it simply indicates that if you're going to make any changes, you'll let us know in advance.
It's a big project.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Where'd it go?
Good night.
Thank you, good night.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A065. It's to add a sunroom and deck at 10 Embassy Lane. Dennis and Deborah Mason are the owners.
Evening. I'm Dennis Mason. My wife Deborah behind me here, and this is Sam Stribert. He's the architect, and I've worked together over the years many, many times. So, actually, he drew the original drawings on this property too as well. So, what we're looking to do is add a little extra sunroom on the end of the house. Our family has grown over the years, and it's a little tight when we have our gatherings now, so we're looking for a little bit more space. We have all the family there. The addition was 16 by 24. And we would make it, the exterior would be a paneled exterior. It would have Anderson 400 windows, double. The look of it would be similar to the old Yarmouth Inn, where they've enclosed that used to be the patio area and so forth. If you think of those paneled windows on the outside that goes around the side to the back, similar look to what we were trying to achieve. We are putting a metal 12-inch standing seam roof on it because it has a separate identity from the from the main box or the main house. The colors would be, the exterior of the room itself would be a white, an off-white color to match the existing trim on the house, And then, of course, the metal standing seam roof would be a dark gray, which is a very similar color to what we have on our roof line already. The landscaping to the front would be virtually, we would remove what we have on the end of our house now and replace and continue our landscaping across the front. And then, of course, we would add a little bit of the deck on the back, continue the deck to what we have right now, a little bit further and extend the length by 12 feet.
Is that it, sir?
That's it, unless you have questions.
Yes, questions or comments from the committee?
It might be noted somewhere, but I'm unclear. What is the material on the siding of the porch? Did you say what that was? I missed it.
It would be, we're going to use PVC is what we're going to use. It'd be a smooth finish, but as we're doing the panels, we would do virtually the same thing with one-by material to create those panels.
Okay, thank you.
So it would be applied, there'd be like, sort of like a board and batten thing that's applied over the top in a
Right.
decorative,
You're
right,
looking like
I'm
your
looking at
desk
it,
here,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, they give you a similar look to that, only in a white material, so yes.
So I just wondered if you considered 12 over 12s, maybe having 3 on each side rather than the 6 over 6 with 4. You got 12 over 12s in the rest of the house, the panes. And then you've gone 6 over 6 to the sunroom area, which is, it's fine, but I didn't know if 3 12 over 12s would be more in line with the house.
Do we have 12 over 12s? Are we the same?
We looked at that very carefully, drawing elevations, and it just turned out that it was, with all the paneling and all the other parts and pieces around, a little bit too
Too much?
too
Okay,
busy.
Just curious.
So that's why we, and
It's very handsome.
part of the interior effect had to do with glass on 3 sides and glass working together to make a sunroom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 25-8065.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Very nice job. Congratulations. And as you've seen others do, in case you change your mind on any aspect of the project, you'll let us know.
Thank you.
Right there, sir. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Good night.
Right.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A066 to install a fence at 279 Setauket Road. Liz Argo is the owner. Pro Fence is the agent. So, welcome back, stranger.
Good evening.
Should we start by recognizing your re-election?
That would be,
Congratulations.
that would be
Thank you, thank
appropriate,
you.
I think.
My name is Liz Argo.
I think we've
Guilty as charged.
come to learn that by now.
Yes,
So,
you though.
tell us, Liz.
So, in the in the midst of the campaign, came home one night, let my dog out. I was out on the deck, and she screamed, and the coyote, I screamed too, and the coyote went dashing across the yard and out the other side. And she had sustained 3 piercings. So
Attacked her?
she got attacked. So the next day, I called the fence companies, and here we are. So that it's a fence to protect the dog, essentially. I worked with my neighbor on it. I'm glad to say my neighbor Gilligan, Karen Gilligan, worked with me on choosing where to put the fence in.
That's it.
That's it.
Questions or comments from the committee?
I think I have no problem with the fence. I would only comment that I don't think it's not a stockade fence. It's a board, what is it called, a cedar board fence, not a stockade
Not
fence.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad that it's not a stockade. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say.
So, this house really can't be seen from Setauket? No. Other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
I make a motion, we pass this application number 25-8066.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
And aye.
You just wanted me to come in, didn't you?
So, I don't need to tell you the drill. So. You're the first one tonight.
Figured out by now.
All right.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Liz.
Something I have 3 times. I don't even know what it is. There's no restaurant there. It's on the back.
Yeah, I know. Probably won't show up. There are only 3 people left. Here, George. He's up there. So moving through pretty quickly. Through pretty fast.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A068 to construct a new single-family dwelling at 77.
Skip one. Back up one. Number 8.
Oh, thank you. 25-A067, it's to install a new sign at 714 Route 6A. ALCA Properties is the owner, and Sinorama South Yarmouth is the agent. Who do we have this evening?
Ryan Bradley is online, on the Zoom.
Who's Ryan Bradley? Who's Ryan Bradley? The agent?
Yes. From Sinorama.
Ryan, you there? Ryan, are you there, Ryan? Can you hear us? Maybe he's having some technical difficulties.
Are you muted?
Should we table it to
Yep.
the end of the meeting? I move to table 25-A067.
I'll second.
Yeah, that's his, on his end, we're
Yep.
fine back here.
Okay.
So we moved and seconded to table to the end of the meeting.
All in favor of tabling until the end of the meeting signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So now we will move on to the one that I prematurely announced before, which is 25-A068 to construct a new single-family dwelling at 77 Collingwood Drive. Patricia McGrath is the owner, Mento Corp. is the agent. Do we have either Patricia or
See Dan
some
Mento up
representative of Mento present?
And Mento is online.
Hello,
Here we
Yes.
I'm here.
Hi, Dan.
How are you?
We're all good. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right.
So I presented this same exact house at 800 Route 6A about 2 years ago. Should be pretty much exactly the same. It's going to be vinyl white siding, a black roof, standard Cape 4-bedroom home with an attached 2-car garage, about 2,500 square feet.
Dan, is that, what was the address in 6A you said 2 years ago?
It was 800 Route 6A.
Is that the one that has a pool out behind it now? Way out toward the Dennis line?
I think they
Yeah,
added
I
a
think
pool.
I know
I
that
think I
house.
heard yes.
I know
It
that
was the one
house.
on the
Yeah,
hill,
that's a
kinda?
nice house.
Yeah,
It's nice.
that's
So is
the
this
one.
exact same design with the roof lines and all?
Yep, same house.
It's a nice house.
I know you'll be moving the grades, but the the land is pretty slopey, right?
It slopes down, yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
does slope
it's
down.
not reflected on the drawings at all, but it took me a while to figure that out. Is it,
On the actual site plan, we positioned the house at the most level area, so it really slopes a lot on the left-hand side.
Yes.
So we kind of picked a spot more on the right that has a little bit of a backyard at least.
yeah, okay, it just doesn't show on the drawings at all, on the architectural drawings.
On the proposal, no, but on the site plan, yeah.
Okay.
Other questions or comments from the committee?
I don't think so.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 25-A068.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I like that house. Yeah. This when I was with a braid today. There's one on White Park, I think that's very similar.
The next item on the agenda is 25-A069. It's to install 24 solar panels on the front and side roofs at 12 Newfield Lane. Renee Clark is the owner. Plug PV LLC is the agent.
Yes, I'm here. My name is William Rodriguez. I'm speaking on behalf of Plug PV.
Very good. Present, please.
So, yeah, I mean, realistically, this is on a side street. Every single panel is black on black, and it's perfectly symmetrical on the entire house. This will also go, 4 panels will go on the back of the house. It won't really be visible. However, the bigger array, which is the vast majority of the system, will go on the front of the house, so it'll be visible from the front of the street. And yeah, it is a side street. We did install a similar system with a homeowner about a week ago. And yeah, any questions?
I have a question. Do you know if they're planning to replace the roof? That roof, it looks like it's in pretty rough shape, and it's also light gray, which would sort of, the panels would stand out on a light
Yes.
gray roof.
So yes, there is a plan of reshingling the roof, stripping and reshingling the roof, and doing black on black.
Black roof?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
When do they plan on reshingling the roof?
As soon as everything's approved, as soon as we get the approval for the solar, that's when we will start the roofing project.
So I just want to point out that these would be the first panels on a house on that street. So this is a groundbreaking endeavor in that regard.
Mm-hmm. It is a small street, yeah.
Any other comments or questions from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 25-A069.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Quick question.
Yes.
So as soon as we receive the building permit here, that's when we should be pulling the building permit for the roofing, correct? And then we will have a similar hearing
What do you mean?
to reshingle the roof.
This is all part of this hearing, that you said you're going to reshingle it with black shingles, so that's being approved tonight.
Oh, no, okay. All right, I just want to make sure. I didn't know if that was going to need to be another process.
No, because it's sort of combined with this.
Okay, beautiful.
That's reasonable, yes?
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good luck.
Aye.
The next item is a tabled item, 25-A048. It's to construct a protective shelter for a smoker at 938 Route 6A. Sam Bernard is the owner, and we need to untable this application.
Move to untable 25-A048.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of untabling 25-A048 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye. And now we will hear 25-A048, so hope third time's the charm.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard to get away from 4 kids. I'm Sam Bernard, and I propose to build a simple lean-to structure to protect a offset smoker at 938 Route 6A. Simple pressure-treated wood, black roof, 24 by 7 by 7 along the back retaining wall of the property. The site plan that, or the plot plans don't reflect the current barn that's there. I don't know what you have in front of
Have
you.
we ever seen a location for this smoker, however beautiful it looks?
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to...
It's unclear where it's going.
3 times, and I still, in the pack, I can't locate the plan for where it's gonna go.
Where it's gonna live?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it's also, there's a building on 6A, and then you turn down the, and then you turn down the side street, and there's the barn behind there, so in between somewhere?
Just where the arrow is there, that's the
Ah,
retaining wall.
here it is.
Right, because we don't have to come away again from the 4 kids.
What is this for?
What's that?
What is this?
Oh, it's for our business.
Is it a restaurant?
No, we have a food truck. Junior Best Barbecue. My wife and I, we have a food truck, and
So you have a
and the
business there and the smoker outside where you'll cook stuff to put on your truck?
Clearly, the smoker. We currently have a food trailer with a 500-gallon offset smoker on there, and the capacity needs to be elevated. And clearly, you can't put a 1,000-gallon smoker on the trailer.
Okay. Do you have an office in that 938 building?
I have a commissary kitchen there.
Commissary kitchen.
Yes.
Okay.
So for the structure over your smoker,
Yes, ma'am.
is that going to be a flat roof, or is it going to be pitched?
A lean-to, a pitched roof.
It'll be pitched, because
Yes.
it looks sort of flat in this picture, but
It does.
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And so picnic tables, you're going to serve there?
No, we don't serve from there.
Okay.
We serve out of our trailer.
So what are and do people sit at these picnic tables getting stuff out of your truck?
That's just
That's
a
just a
picture. That
rendering.
was just a
Just a
reference to show you.
picture.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I got it. Okay. Great.
Okay.
This is helpful. This should be in the packet next time.
We all went out there
We'll put it in
looking for
ours.
I apologize.
Figure out where you wanted to go.
Was that your food truck at Toby's Farm this summer?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are we satisfied? Any other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from the remaining gentlemen in the back or anyone online? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Move to approve application 25-A048.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
So not next Monday, the Monday after, 7:15, bring your food truck here.
Are you going to be at?
Served.
Barbecue.
Everything. Just all your southern
Pork?
fixings. Ribs, sausage, brisket.
Do you stay there or do you travel?
Currently, right now, we're set up at 444 Main Street, the old 7-Eleven in West Yarmouth,
Oh,
next to Higgins Crow, the CVS.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're there 4 days a week.
Okay.
at least.
Higgins Crow.
to try it.
So you
Did you do pulled
heard-
pork too?
There you go.
It's my
Is that what
favorite.
he said? He said 444, Route
Yes.
28?
West Yarmouth, the 99 is there. across the
All right. Nice.
street. Well, thank
Check it
you all
out.
so
Love
much.
barbecue.
Good luck with it.
Thank you. And all of our friends.
So now we need to untable 25-A067.
Move to untable 25-A067.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of untabling application 25-A067 signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. And now we will hear, hopefully, 25-A067. It's to install a new sign at 714 Route 6A. AL 6A Properties is the owner. Sinorama South Yarmouth is the agent.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Ah, yes.
Hi, Ryan.
Perfect, thank you. I must have been having some technical difficulties earlier.
Well, you're coming through loud and clear now, so tell us about your sign.
Designs by ML is the company who has moved into a new location down at Fiddler's Green. We are looking to install a 19 millimeter or 3/4 inch PVC sign with a green background in accordance with all the other signs there. It's going to be the same custom shape as all the other signs in the plaza. We're not looking to ruffle any feathers. We just want to keep it exactly the same as everybody else in the plaza.
Is that it, Ryan?
That's it.
Okay.
It's going to be, it's pretty simple.
Questions or comments from the committee? Hearing none, I will ask if there's any questions or comments from the remaining gentlemen in the room or anyone online. So now I will entertain a motion for 25-A067.
Move to approve 25-A067.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So good luck with it, Ryan. It seems like pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah, she didn't want anything to change, and we just wanted to keep it consistent. So
There you
we just
go.
wanted to make sure we filed all the
Easy
correct
for
papers.
us.
So,
Good job.
yep.
All right, so who's this guy?
You just here because you don't have nothing to do on a Wednesday night?
Yes. I had a permit that was approved for new construction. And I had reached out to Lisa about a couple of different things, changes that we had done. And I was just looking to see if I could have, maybe like a 2-minute conversation with the chairman, just in regard to like following up on an email for this project, just with like some more information to see if we'd be able to get like an approval to continue with the project versus, refound for a new date.
Can you come
Yeah.
up to this table, sir?
Yeah, well,
Can't hear you.
there's really not much we can do without
On the agenda.
without it being on the agenda. So what you would probably want is what's called an informal, and it would be published on our agenda. I think we could get it on the agenda for next time. So I think, sorry you waited all this time, but,
No problem. I
yeah.
was just more looking for maybe like a little bit more guidance in regards.
Is this an existing project,
It is, yes,
which you've begun,
correct.
and you want to do more?
No, so there were some changes that were done in the first stage of the project, and they're not like significantly different than the original project, but I was just kind of looking for a little bit of guidance on how to approach this.
Did you get approval for the original project?
We did, yes.
And the changes
And you
as well?
signed- And you signed the document that said if you're going to make any changes, you'll let us know?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And the changes that were made were changes that did not impact.
Well, maybe this could be done in the office.
Yeah.
So you might not have to come back for an informal discussion on them, especially since it's already been done.
It's a little bit different than, I would say, like a typical
Yeah,
situation.
I think Lisa and I can talk about it, and maybe this could be minor change order. I can sign off on it at the office. I have to see what the nature of it is, but I think there's a good chance we can handle it that way, and you won't have to come back before us.
Yeah, send me an email tomorrow. We'll figure out something.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Okay, we need to approve the minutes for the May 12th hearing.
I'd like to make 2 comments about the minutes.
Sure.
Actually, it's more about the recording, never mind.
Okay. All right. So, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes of the meeting of May 12th.
Wait, I'm so sorry. In the minutes, I read the minutes and then I watched the tape of the meeting, so I'm a little confused. But there was something in the minutes that said that I approved, that my comment was that I liked the trellis, which I know I'm not supposed to use the word like, but I didn't actually say that. I said that if anything, I wasn't in favor of it, but.
I saw you
Yeah.
sent
Did you- I
an
don't-
email to Lisa
I
about
did.
that.
Is that all I
So,
needed to do?
Works for me.
put the ball in her court, so,
Yeah, I opted, whenever you guys send me comments, I fix the minutes however you
Okay,
want me to.
thank you.
So
all right,
it's not-
so,
yeah.
we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval of the May 12th hearing minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye.
Abstain.
Okay, the next meeting is June 9th, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn
I'll second.
at 8:30 PM.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye. Good job, Chairman.
We are adjourned.